Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. And I know you're probably thinking, the podcast is called Sweet Talk Saturdays. And the last one I posted was on a Monday, and this is Tuesday. So I'm kind of going off of the Saturday theme. Well, I'm kind of explaining that a little bit, and I kind of explained in the last video just what's been going on a little bit. But, just life in general, just personal life, work life, and just everything else under the sun and rainbow have been going on. And I'm not trying to make an excuse. I'm just trying to be real with everyone, and I'm trying to be real with as many people as I can be. So yeah, it's Tuesday today. I'm still putting out the podcast, so here we go for everything and anything. But to give kind of a recap of what happened in the last 2 weeks. So the reason I didn't post 2 Saturdays ago is because I actually spent some time with my brother. My brother, he lives in Chicago, in the city, and he asked me if I wanted to go jam with him. We're both musicians. We both love to play. And he said, I'm getting a few of our friends together, and I'm getting some people. You want to come for a jam session? We'll record it. We'll have some fun. And I said, oh, yeah, totally, And I was thinking, by the time, we're done with this whole jam session thing, we'll go back to my house. It'll be like, whatever, o'clock at night, maybe like 5, 6, 7 at night. And I'll have some time to record, which, and everything did. We had a blast. Hopefully by the next podcast, I'll get one of the songs we did up, depending on the quality and depending on how we did. But overall, we spent like 4 hours in that place. And not to say that's a bad thing, it's really awesome. I'm really excited about that. But 4 hours standing, playing music nonstop, it wears on you just physically. And I had a great time. I met some cool people while I was down there, and it was just a blast. All my energy was just zapped out. And my brother decided he wanted to drive home, so I had no problem with that. I was gonna sleep for a little bit. I never did get to sleep because we were just having so many great conversations. But when we got back to my house, it was just, I just had no energy to do anything or record or whatever. So I literally didn't even really eat dinner. I quickly ate, and then I went straight to bed. I know I feel like I'm 78 saying that, going to bed at like 7 or 8 o'clock at night. But it was just, my body was just, it physically couldn't take it. It was gone. All my energy was just zapped out of me. And next thing I know, by the time Sunday came, I was getting ready for work, and I was just like, all right, well, kind of missed out on that one. But so I was like, all right, well, I'll make one for next Saturday. Well, this last Saturday came, and I just got caught up with just a lot of personal issues and a lot of other stuff like that. But I told myself that I really want to stick committed to doing this podcast, even if it's not on Saturdays. I want to still call it Sweet Talk Saturdays. I want to start doing it again on Saturdays. So this Saturday, I want to start doing that. But like I said, this podcast is not just for you guys. It's really for me too. It's a great coping mechanism in dealing with my depression and my anxiety and just all this other stuff that's been going on. It's a way for me to vent, release, but also to be real. Because yeah, I do gaming stuff and I love having fun, but I love being honest, and I love being who I am. And who I am means not lying, not being fake. And what I really mean by that is, like, I like being honest with the people that I'm doing this for. It's like if I create something, but if you get to see the real side of what I get to go through and what I call it, you get a little bit more of an insight on what my life is like. But on the pluser side of things, with everything that's been more focused on being better with life and dealing with all my problems. So luckily enough, this upcoming Friday, I finally get to go see a counselor. and I'll talk about that in the next podcast, how that all went. And I'm really excited, go to see a counselor, and I'll talk about that in the next podcast, how that all went. And I'm really excited. I've been seeing counselors and I've been seeing therapists in my life for a while, and it's just one of those things where it's like in my life for a while, and it's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, it's helped out so much in my life, and I wish I would have done this sooner than later. But with everything that's been going on, it's just been hectic just to focus on one thing. But finally made the call. They approved my insurance, so it's got it all covered. And I'm excited. I love therapy. I love being able to work out and becoming a better person and figure out what I need to change and figure out what I need to work on. But besides that, I still love doing this. I still love making the gaming commentary, YouTube, all that stuff like that. So don't think like I'm stopping because I'm taking therapy, or I'm stopping because I'm going through all this stuff. It's just one of the things where I gotta do it in life, and YouTube has been one of my greater coping mechanisms. And if you watch like some of my recent gameplays, I would probably say, like, in the beginning or at the end, like I would say, like, as much as I do this for you, it's not for you, this is for me. And it is to an extent. I play these games not because I like to play games, even though I do. I love playing games, but it's mainly I want to create a way of entertainment for people, a way of just joy for people, whether it be, they get to have however many minutes away from reality just to let their minds go and, get away from everything. It's just one of those things where it's like, when I was going through depression and stuff like that, and I mentioned this last podcast, when I was going through my depression, I found out that YouTube was like my thing that helped me out. It didn't like cure my problems at all. It made me feel a little bit better, and it got me away from reality, but it was one of those things where it's like, okay, yeah, it's just one of the things where it just really helped me out. It helped me unwind. It gave me some joy. Playing music as well did that too, but I found YouTube to be a greater source of stuff. But going along with everything, like I said, there's definitely gonna be more games coming out. There's definitely gonna be more podcasts coming out. One of the things I want to get started, hopefully by end of February, beginning of March, is doing kind of like an interview series to go along with the podcast. Hopefully I can figure out the more technical side of recording all that with my brother and all that, but I want to start doing interviews, and I want to call the series probably either Real Interviews with Real People or something along those lines. That's kind of like the one that kind of stuck with me recently. But I want to do it to the aspect of talking to people and their passions and the things they love to do. It's not supposed to be like, oh, let me interview this great person who's done this many things. No, I want to interview real people, because everybody has something to share. Everyone has like passions and dreams and cool things they've done in their lives. And if we really just dig down into getting to know them and dig down into really seeing all they can do, we can realize in ourselves that, everyday people have dreams. Everyday people have things they want to do, and they can achieve them. They can strive for them. They can go for them. So, like, with that being said, this is to kind of give an insight to, like, if you have a dream, if you have something that you really want to do, or if you have something that you really want to share with someone, do it. Like I said in my first podcast, this whole thing was a dream of mine for a while. I've wanted to do YouTube for a while, but never had the money or the resources or whatever. And so what I did was I worked hard, and I saved a lot of money, and I did what I can, and now I'm doing it, and I love it. I may not to be the best at time management and figuring out what to do, but I love doing it. It's just one of those things where, yeah, there's so much work that goes into it for me, but I love doing it in the long run. But on going on that note, it's just, I just really enjoy doing this, and it's not because, the views, the subscribers, the comments. Yeah, I love all that, but I love just making people happy. I love letting people know that they're not alone in something. I love working with people and bringing joy to them, whether it be me playing a gameplay and they get to just null their minds and just do whatever it takes to relax, and do whatever it takes to just take a moment to step back from what they're going through and be like, all right, let me just calm down for a minute. Let me just calm my mind, just get my mind off of some hard things. Or whether it be like they listen to one of my podcasts and it's like, wow, I'm going through a lot of what he's talking about, and it just really means, I'm going through a lot of what he's talking about, and it's really awesome to see that I'm not alone, and to see that it's possible to, get the help I need to and make the right steps. I might be scared, but if he's doing it, and maybe there's a possibility that I can step up with the courage to do it. So, if you're in that situation, if you're going through, depression, anxiety, any kind of mental disorder, or if you're going through a hard time and you really need to, you really need some help, don't be afraid to seek out that help. For a long time before I went to therapy, I used to think, hey, what will people think of me? Can I really trust this person? And, therapists always have the confidentiality because they cannot share anything that you won't want them to share. They will not. It is against the law. So you can definitely trust them with saying whatever you want. And on top of that, every therapist I've had in my life, except for one, I went to a new therapist right after doing with him. Every therapist I've had, for the most part, has been phenomenal and has really made strides to help me get better, and has become a great person I can trust and open up to. So like I said, if you're going through something, please don't be afraid to get the help you need to get. Whether if you need to talk to somebody, go and talk to somebody. You don't have to just get a therapist. If you have a friend that you trust so much, talk to them. Let them know that you're going through something. If you talk to your parents, talk to them. Relatives, co-workers, whatever it may be, just do what you need to do, and just get the help you need. And it'll help you out in the long run. Trust me. As someone who's been going through depression for 8 years now, and dealt with suicidal thoughts and almost tried to kill himself for as long as I've been depressed, if you really need the help, you should really get it. The struggle you're going through is not worth it, but the help you get is. And if you do suffer from anything like that, please seek the help. And on a side note, with all that, depression is no joke, and none of this stuff is a joke. And I'm not trying to make this as an excuse or anything like that, but people think that depression is just, you're just sad. No, it's deeper than sadness. And to give a little bit of my depression, I wake up with little to no hope, with not any caring, not any feelings, just not wanting to live, just not wanting to do anything. I'll go to work and it's just like, what's the point of even working? What's the point of even having this job? I'd rather just not do anything, lay in bed, and just hopefully it all ends soon. It's a pretty deep depression, and I don't want to take it as an excuse to anybody. But like I said, depression is no joke, and I want to be someone that can help out any way that make you feel better with going through anything like that. So like I said, I try to end something on positive and something that's motivational. And today's motivation is, don't be afraid to seek the help that you need to get. Whether it's be talking with your friends, whether it's be making the right steps forward to getting healthy by eating better or going to seeing a therapist or getting checked out or whatever, do it. Just do it. Don't even think twice about it. Just start doing it. It's going to help out in the long run, and you'll thank yourself when you start doing it, and you'll be a lot happier. It may take a lot of work and effort, but if you're really serious about wanting to get better, then there's no question about it. But I do want to thank a lot of the people in my life that have really stepped out during these hard times to really make just going through all this a lot easier. I really want to thank my parents. My parents have done a lot for me, helping me find therapists and all that. But I also want to thank my friends for praying for me and talking with me. And it's just talking through me, like talking about it, like through all this stuff and just all that. And I know they're probably not going to see this, but I still want to give a quick shout out to them. My friend Jordan, who lives in Atlanta, he's been my best friend, and I'm going to his wedding in February. He has been just phenomenal, talking with me and praying for me. Another person I want to thank is a few of my coworkers. My two good friends, Zed and Gary and Frank. Yeah, we joke around, yeah, we mess each other with at work, but when we go through hard times and when I need someone to talk to, I know I can go and talk with them, and they're usually there to lend an ear or help me out or give me advice. So thank you guys. You guys have really been a light to me. And a real big shout out to my manager, Vita. Vita, you've been, freaking amazing, helping me out and really being not just a support, just at work, but support, emotionally when I'm going through a tough time, And I say this to a lot of people, there's not many places that you can work where a manager will step out and help you out. And the reason I still work at Amazon, not because I love what I do, but because, my manager, Vita, she's proven to be someone that I can trust under her leadership, but also she's proven that she actually does care for me. And many people will understand, like, when someone truly does care for you, you'll feel that, you'll understand that, and it makes you want to work with them, it makes you want to stay under them and keep working, no matter how much the job may suck. As long as, like, they're there to help you out and work with you and care for you, it makes working 1,000 times better. So thank you, Vita, so much for all that you do and for everything you've done for me. Like, you have no idea the impact you've made in my life. So thank you for all that. And to all the other friends that I may not mention, that I've talked to and that have really been, like, helping me out, praying for me, or whatever it may be, thank you so much. Your outpouring of love towards me has just been truly amazing. I'm not even joking. Like, it's so supportive. And to anyone else who's out there who's going through this stuff, my prayer for you is that, with it, whatever you're going through, that you may find the help that you need, that you might find the strength and see the light through the end of the tunnel, and that you may be blessed through all of it. And, I pray that God, helps you out, and God really shows his love and strength towards you and his mercy. Whether you believe in God or not, that's my prayer going to be for everyone. And if you don't believe in God, I just hope that everything works out. And if you do need the help, please still get it. But I'll still be praying for you. And like I said, hopefully I'll start getting back on the routine of doing this on Saturdays. That would be the lovely aspect of everything. If I can at least get this podcast series back on Saturdays over everything, I think everything will be a little bit smoother from there on out, and everything will be a better spaced out. But then again, who knows? Life happens, and life will get in the way of our fun. Anyways, thank you all for listening. I know this one was kind of a longer one, and I know my podcasts do get a little bit longer. I like to vent, I like to talk. It may not seem like it in my gameplays, but like if I get quiet during a part after talking, it's because I'm literally focusing and really trying hard to play the game. And I'm working on doing a lot more commentary. I'm working on doing commentary during stuff like that. So thank you all for listening. I really enjoy talking, and I really enjoy everything I do here on YouTube and in the world. And like I said, if you're going through anything, please seek the help. Please seek the help. There are plenty of resources, there's plenty of hotlines, there's plenty of people you can talk to. Someone does love you, someone does care for you, and to those who go through this kind of stuff, I know it's hard, and I know you may feel like a burden, and you may feel insecure about it. Please understand this, people do love you and care about you, and if you need to hear that today, you know, I love you, and I care about you, and I really hope that if there's anything I can do to help out, you know, to my extent, I hope I can do that for you. But thank you all for listening, and please keep me accountable on doing this on Saturdays. Really do. Like, post in the comments like, hey, it's this date, whatever, and you didn't post. Get on it, man. Come on. I appreciate the feedback, and I appreciate like actual criticism. It helps me understand where I can work better. So thank you all for listening. I hope I made an impact today. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Have a great day.